And I think every American has every right to ask questions, demand answers, and be completely outraged. But how much longer are we going to let this go on?
I don't like clowns.
Play the video for you.
Administered by demons for the rest of eternity.
There's a lot of people that look back at what you said in 2019 when you first ran for president. And there have been changes, and you've talked about some of them. When it comes to immigration, you supported allowing immigrants in the country illegally to apply for driver's license, to qualify for free tuition at universities, to be enrolled in free health care. Do you still support those things?
Listen, that was 5 years ago, and I'm very clear that I will follow the law. I have made that statement over and over again, and as Vice President of the United States, that's exactly what I've done, not to mention before.
If that's the case, you chose a running mate, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, who signed those very things into state law. So do you support that?
We are very clear, and I am very clear, as is Tim Walz, that we must support and enforce federal law, and that is exactly what we will do.
Oh, yeah. Clear as mud.
How many illegal immigrants would you estimate your administration has released into the country over the last 3.5 years?
I believe by my count we have about 16 million illegal aliens in the country since Mayorkas and Harris and Biden opened the border wide.
Well, I'm glad you raised the issue of immigration because I agree with you. It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but just a number. Do you think it's 1 million, 3 million?
Brett, let's just get to the point. Okay, the point is that we have a broken immigration system that needs to be repaired.
You broke that.
They opened the border wide.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade, people
you're the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me.
Clear as mud.
These were policy questions. These were agenda questions. These were questions about the last 3.5 years of her administration questions, and she completely failed to answer any of them.
A loser and an utter failure in an election.
If we allow Borders R. Harris to win this election, every city, every community in this great country is going to go to hell.
You frequently talk to the Border Patrol Union for support of that bipartisan bill, and they did. They supported it. But they also just endorsed Donald Trump and said you've been, quote, a failure with border security. Why do you think they said that?
I think they're frustrated, and I get it. They want support. These guys down at the border, these men and women, they're working hard. They're working around the clock. I get it.
Because of what you did.
There is a demon sympathizer working here.
You call Donald Trump, he's misguided. You say now
he's
unstable.
He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions.
You have got to be kidding me.
He's announced a new $425 million military aid package to Ukraine. What reaction can we expect the reaction to be from the American people when Americans are still recovering from Hurricane Helene and Milton with really minimal government assistance?
I think this outraged all Americans who heard this news today. Sending millions to Ukraine, sending $157 million to Lebanon recently, billions of dollars spent on welcoming illegals into this country. And yet we have American tax-paying citizens that are struggling, that just had their livelihoods wiped away by these two hurricanes. And what do they get? A lousy $750 and zero help from this administration.
Bring the cameras and talk to the people there. They'll tell you. Don't take politicians' words for this or the administration's word. Talk to the people there on the ground. They had not been provided the resources almost 2 weeks out from the storm.
And I think every American has every right to ask questions, demand answers, and be completely outraged. But how much longer are we going to let this go on? I hope every American out there is relating these disastrous decisions by the Biden administration to the minute they put that piece of paper in the ballot box, because they are absolutely correlated here. This is a result of the disastrous administration that keeps putting us into crises after crises, funding their elite agenda and proxy wars. And I think Americans are waking up, and we are quite frankly sick of it.
And I am so sick, Gab, of the Lefty Jedi mind trick, right? This is not as bad as you think it is. The economy is better than you feel it is.
Will that ever come out, do you think? You know, I think part of why Kamala is getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Wow.
Yes. And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast answer.
And Gates.
LinkedIn and Gates.
Yeah.
I get it.
You just ate an entire chicken parm. A whole chicken. Do you have any idea what you've done? It was $20.
Who did...
Did you eat my burger? Lambo.
I just don't understand. This is crazy to me.
Did you eat? Did you enjoy it?
Hi. What is that then, Goose, huh? What's that?
Guilty.
Who?
Reese.
Reese!
Hey, did you...
What did you do? What did you do?
It is a messed up world.